So that's 2 draws out of 2 at home for Bath City women. The first one you're quite pleased with, but this one I sense an element of frustration.
Yeah, I think there's karma probably comes to mind. I sat here in the interview last time and said about how it felt more like a win for us with the last minute equaliser and how Weymouth looked a little bit deflated at the end of the game. And today it's exactly the same, but the other way around, roles reversed. I feel Purton, don't take anything away from them. I thought they played well. They gave it a good game. The game looked good. But when you go 1-0 up, we should then see the game out, and we didn't. And that's it. And you do come away feeling more like a loss than a draw. But that's football, unfortunately. I said, some weeks a draw is a win, some weeks a draw is a loss.
It must be annoying because, yeah, you had the lead and I've barely written a tweet, I think, to say that we'd gone ahead and then suddenly conceded a corner and conceded. It's very unlike Bath City's defensively been good since we've formed.
Yeah, I mean, we had issues with set pieces throughout pre-season. We knew that. We worked on them. I think the issue is when you score, some people say, like, do you know what, this is going to boost you now you set on. But in other ways, you're probably your most vulnerable because you've got to reset, you've got to settle. And I go back to the Weymouth game where after we scored the equaliser, and if you watch the highlights, you can hear me screaming at our players to settle and get ready because you know that teams are going to come out flying at you, ready to try and get the next goal. And today, maybe I take the blame on that. Maybe I should have been more vocal on the sideline and got the players more organised before the kickoff happened again. But it happens. It is what it is.
It was a strange game because I thought the first 10, 15 minutes came flying out the blocks, couldn't put the ball in the net, and then Purton got back into it and it was sort of dwindling into sort of a tight affair until we opened the scoring. Yeah,
let's be honest, we know where our problems lie. We know what we need to work on. Part of the issue is it's basically a new team we've got here again, and we're trying to build connections. And when those connections come off, as we've seen for the first 15, 20 minutes today, when you watch, obviously there isn't the footage from the Poole game, but the first half at Poole, it comes off and we do well. But then obviously there is going to be that moments where we're just not quite linking. And if you go back to all the goals this season conceded, it's all come from just lapses of concentration or little errors here or there, which last season in the County League, there's no shadow of doubt that we would have got away with some of those mistakes. This year, one loose pass and you're punished for it, which is hard for the team. And I feel bad on the players because I know they're feeling it. But we've just got to keep going. Our aim this year, we've got to be realistic. We came up from the division below. Everyone would love to say they want to win the league. I want to win the league. But our aim has to be this year is to build a team that's capable of winning the league. And I feel we've got the players there that are capable of doing it, but we've got to start building those connections and the chemistry. And when that clicks, you'll see less mistakes and, in part, we'll concede less goals. It sounds like it's rocket science, but it's not. It's as simple as that. And I think the players, when we get the training on Wednesday, they're gelling, they're communicating, they'll be happy. And then we'll go again. And FA Cup next week, we just got to put this behind us.
You said about new players. Sophie Ball, one of them who touched in the opening goal, right place at the right time. So a great moment for her.
Yeah, I've got to say, Sophie came in late into pre-season. She actually her first opportunity of us was trialling in a match. She's got the perfect attitude. She doesn't sit there and moan about her game time. She doesn't sit there and moan about her position. I turn to Sophie and go, Sophie, right, you need to do this. Can you do this? She goes out there and does it. And it was one of those moments when she scored where I'm rubbing my hands together going, super sub. She's come in, done exactly what was asked, attacked the ball and got a goal from it. And I tell you what, even if the keeper was in the way, that ball's going in the net because she absolutely hammered that one in.
Yeah, and made no mistake. And you hinted on the cup game as well against Gloucester. That's exciting, isn't it? First FA Women's Cup game for us next week. And there's money up for grabs as well, so a big event for Bath City women.
Yeah, we're excited. Obviously, it's our first opportunity in the Cup. We've obviously done a bit of research on Gloucester, which I'm sure Gloucester, they'll be happily watching this interview today, trying to figure us out as well. So we're aware of that. We're aware teams do that. I'm excited. I think that it's going to be a very competitive match of football. And may the best team win in that case. And our players will be ready for it and we're going to be up for it.
For those unaware, Gloucester, what level are they compared to us? Is it the same level?
Gloucester are like for like with us. They've come up from the county leagues, not the same county league we were in. They came up from obviously the Gloucester County League. They are at the same level. They're in the North Division of the setup that we're in. I don't know what their result was today, but looking at their results throughout the season, they're on a similar path to where we are at the moment. Everything about Gloucester seems to be almost like a bit of a carbon copy of us in some ways. They play at the same stadium as the men's team. They really do post everything, and it's a good setup. So, like I said, it's going to be one of those games where I'm really hoping it's going to be a competitive and entertaining game at the very least.
Yeah, we're looking forward to covering it, and thanks, Chanis, to us today.
Thank you very much.